All right, today we're going to talk about something we all deal with every single day, our relationship with tech. But here's the twist. What if the problem isn't the tech itself, but how it's designed? And what if we could design it to make us feel calmer?
Okay, let's just jump right in with a question, and I want you to be really honest with yourself here. Have you ever felt like your smartphone is, secretly running your life? Like it's the one in charge, not you? If you just nodded your head or even felt a little uncomfortable, yeah, you're definitely not alone. That feeling, that sense of being overwhelmed by the very device that's supposed to help you, it's basically a universal experience at this point. In this quote, man, it just hits the nail on the head, right? Constantly pulled. That's the key phrase. It's this feeling that you're always reacting to your phone, not the other way around. And here's the most important thing to get. This isn't a you problem. It's not a lack of willpower. It's by design. Okay, so let's break this down. What's the secret sauce behind this distraction dilemma? First on the list, and it's the big one, notifications. I mean, think about it. Every buzz, every little ping, every single one of those red dots. They're not accidents. They are tiny, perfectly engineered interruptions designed to do one thing and one thing only. Yank your focus away from the real world and back to that screen. And then you've got the endless scroll. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Your favorite app, there's no end to it. It just keeps going and going and going. And that's on purpose. It creates this low-key anxiety, right? This little voice in your head that says, hey, what if you miss something amazing if you stop now? It's a clever trick, and it works. So when we complain about this stuff, what's the first thing everyone tells us to do? You know the drill. Just turn it off. Or you need a digital detox. And yeah, okay, that can help. But what if that's missing the point entirely? What if that's not the smartest way to look at this? Okay, this is where we pivot, because instead of blaming ourselves and trying to muster up more willpower, we need to start asking a completely different and frankly a much smarter question. And this right here, this is the big idea. On one side, you've got the common belief, the problem is you. You just need less tech. It puts all the pressure on us. But the new idea, it flips the script. It says the answer isn't less technology, it's smarter technology. It's about challenging the people who make this stuff to build things that actually work for us, not against us. I mean, just listen to this question. It perfectly captures this new way of thinking. What if the secret isn't less technology, but smarter technology? It just totally reframes the whole debate, doesn't it? We stop looking at tech as this enemy we have to fight, and we start asking, how can it become an ally, a really powerful one, if it's just designed with a little more thought? So this sounds great, right? Smarter technology. But what does that even mean, like in practice? Let's get into the nitty-gritty of the design philosophy that's behind all this. The term for this whole movement is digital well-being. And look, this isn't some fluffy, abstract concept. It's a real design philosophy. We're talking about tangible features. Things like bundling your notifications so they only come through once or twice a day, or, that grayscale mode that makes your screen way less addictive. The whole point is to shift the goal from how do we keep their eyes glued to the screen to how do we actually help this person live a better life. So how do designers actually make this happen? Well, it's kind of like a three-step journey. First, it all starts with being intentional, actually thinking about this stuff from day one. Then you actively shift away from designing for distraction. And the final destination, empowerment. You want to create something that gives the user back control, and with it, a little more peace. All right, let's zoom out for a second, because this is bigger than just one or two apps. This is about reimagining our entire digital future. What could it all look like if these ideas were the standard? And really, this is the big question for everyone in the tech world, from the coders to the CEOs. It's a challenge to completely rethink what success even means. Instead of just chasing engagement and time on screen, what if they started aiming for things like genuine user satisfaction, or how much focus a person had, or, just their overall mental clarity? Because that's the dream, isn't it? To turn this thing that, let's be honest, is often a source of anxiety into a true ally. Imagine your phone actually helping you be calmer and more connected. That's the prize. So we're going to leave you with this final, really powerful question. Because at the end of the day, this isn't about ditching our phones and living in the woods. It's about demanding better from them. It's a call for innovation that serves people, not just profits. So the question for all of us is, what does that future look like? What should we be asking for? Something to think about. Thanks for joining me.